All right, Jeff, we are live. Um, got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Are you excited?
I'm excited. Ready, full of fire.
It seems like, when we're waiting for this Difference Makers conference to get here, it just takes forever. And then all of a sudden it's here, man. I can't wait.
Yes, sir. What 5 days away? Four
Yep,
days?
less than a week from yesterday is when it starts. And so we're talking about the Difference Makers conference. And we are going to be doing that next week in Kingwood, Texas, here at the Courtyard Marriott, June 8th and 9th. So if you want to register for that, go to pressurewashingschool.com/events. We do still have seats available. And, Jeff, one of the things that I get asked a lot is, hey, what is it that I need to start my business? What do I need in order to start my business? And I think a lot of times, they're looking for me to say, well, the minimum would be a 4 gallon per minute pressure washer, or you got to have, this, or you got to have a hot water unit or soft, whatever. But, I always tell them the number one thing you have to have is a vision.
Right, right.
Got to have a vision of, what your business is going to be, what it's going to look like. And so, talk a little bit about, without giving the whole farm away, because this is a paid event, but you're going to be talking about creating a vision.
Right. Doug, I like to say, is ironic you said that the first thing people think about, they need a 4 gallon a minute machine or 8 gallon a minute machine. I need this, I need that. But when starting a business, I feel like that the very first thing should become your best friend is this here: a pen and a piece of paper or a tablet to sit down and count the cost to see what it is that you need to create a business. And a lot of times, people don't understand the difference in when having a vision for your business. It's kind of like let's say the military. Use the military for example, a Navy SEAL. Well, they have to, if they going on a mission, they got to first have what, a special operations team or whatever the case may be to go in to fulfill the mission. So there's a difference between a mission statement and a vision statement. A mission statement is what you're doing in your stage right here. The
Right.
mission is what it's going to take to get to the vision, but you can't have a mission without a vision. So
Correct.
first, you want to sit down. You want to create you a business, a business plan. You want to have you some strategies in this board put together, saying, hey, I want this machine, or I want this, I want this, I want that. But I have to first have a vision. I have to paint a picture on the canvas of my imagination, saying, how can I get to this 4 gallon a minute machine? And also, if you have a spouse,
Right.
you have to bring them in the mission statement part, letting them know, hey, this is what we can do, or this is what we got to do, and this is what I need you on the board with. I need you in agreement with this here, because a lot of times, your spouse don't understand what it takes to build a business. They just look at it, hey, you're gonna pick up a wand, or you're gonna pick up a mop in a bucket, you're gonna pick up a striping machine, and you're just gonna go to work.
Correct.
But no, that's
Right.
not the case. You gotta
Right.
first have a blueprint.
Right.
Before any master builder set out to build a house, he first has to have the plans. And you have to have a plan put in place in order to build something successful, Doug.
Correct. And it starts with that foundation, you know,
Right.
and that foundation, you start with that and then work on that vision. And, I often tell people, you got to see yourself out cleaning that parking lot. You got to see yourself out cleaning that house. You got to see what you look like in that you see yourself, see your truck, see your machine, everything. And just
Right.
start with the vision. But I know there's a ton more that you're going to cover in your time on Thursday, creating a vision or casting a vision is what it's
Casting.
called, casting a vision. And so I really, really look forward to that because, I try to tell people all the time when they call here and they're wanting to start a business, and I say, well, what's your vision? And, they immediately start with equipment and I've been told this, I've been told that. And I said, okay, well, let's back up a little bit. If you're truly wanting to start this as a business, you've got to sit down and cast your vision and figure out exactly what it is that you want everything to look like, even before you buy the first piece of equipment.
Right.
So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And Doug, I remember when I first got in the industry, I used to see a lot of guys with a lot of expensive equipment and things of that nature. Man, I was like, man, I wish I could afford that and get that. But when I got the concept of a vision that it didn't cost me anything to go look at an 8-gallon mini machine. But
Correct.
when I got the vision to go out and look at it, then something in the inside of me got stirred up to where, you know what, hey, now I visualize myself with 3,500 PSIs and 8 gallons per minute or a stripe machine. So I had to get that thing in the inside of me in order for it to manifest on the outside of me.
Correct. Exactly right. That is so key. It's the same thing with any business that, any business has to start with that vision. And so right. I look forward to your presentation on that, because it was last time, it was awesome. And so I look forward to it again. And then we've also have, along with that vision that you have to include as casting your vision, is the financial end of it, like you just brought up. And so that's why we've got Kelsey is coming back. She's a local CPA accountant right here in the Kingwood, Texas area that we use. She works for us some. And so she's going to be talking a lot about money matters.
Right.
And so when you're casting that vision, if you're not setting a budget and creating a budget for what's going to go towards equipment, what's going to go towards marketing, and I don't mean to say you've got X amount, thousands of dollars, and I'm going to try to keep this much to equipment and the rest is going to go to marketing. No, there's other things that come into play. You've got your cell phone, you've got your, gasoline, you've got upkeep that you got a budget for, you've got things are going to break.
Right.
Okay. And those things, they always break where? On a job. Right. They don't break sitting in your driveway when you're not working. They always break on a job. So you've got to plan to have backups to necessary things that will keep you working if something breaks down. So, but she does a really good job talking about money matters, talking about tax things, things of that nature. So we've got her coming in, and then we're also going to be talking about commercial sales. Talk a little bit about that, commercial sales, building residual income a little bit through commercial.
Well, Doug, I like to say it this way, dealing with commercial sales. I was online today. One of the guys that attended the Difference Maker conference. I watched one of his posts today, and he was saying that one of his property managers moved to another company, and because of the relationship, and that she took him to another real estate company with her. So I believe in creating residual income and building commercial sales. First, you have to establish that relationship.
Correct.
Creating relationships are most important in order for you to get in. I like to say it this way. You don't need a whole bunch of relationships. You just need the right relationships.
Exactly.
And when creating the right relationships, that sets you up for that residual income based of multiple streams of income, or going to different property managers and different things of that nature, because one property manager knows another property manager.
Exactly.
So the impact you make on that property manager could spill over into them taking your resume and spreading it to another property manager. And before you know it, you'll have all kind of commercial sales. And one thing I like about it, Doug, in this conference here, that we not only sharing with them about commercial sales, but we're showing them how to get past these people at the front entrance gate that's been holding people back for so many years because they don't have the right communication, or they don't have the right, what we call elevator speech or
Correct.
whatever. But we teaching them this here in this course and giving them the right terminology and things of what to say to get past that person that's at the front door.
That way, they're not just going in blindly and blah blah. My name is blah. You know, whatever.
Right.
Give them a little bit of a footprint of what they need to follow, what they need to do. Um, you know, when they walk in there and they get met with that gatekeepers whose job is to what?
Keep
Keep
you out.
you out. You know what I mean? Or to at least, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember. To keep you, to vet you, to at
Okay.
least, you know, vet you and figure out, you know, if you're worthy of getting past the gate. So that's a lot of things, and we show you ways that you can do that and what's been successful for us over the years. Um, so that's going to be awesome too. And then I'm also going to be talking on the same thing about residual for commercial. I've got something I'm going to be talking about on residential, high-end residential sales, and implementing a residual income to your higher end residential customers, because that's what we did a lot of, and got them set up for, you know, yearly or every 18 months or whatever, house washes or pool deck cleanings or whatever it was, staying in contact with them and knowing at holiday times when they have parties. Some folks have parties Memorial Weekend, some of them waiting to have July 4th, some have them Labor Day, some have them every chance they
Right.
get. Plus all those kids that they have, all those birthdays, you know, that pool deck needs to stay cleaned and that house needs to stay cleaned. So we'll be talking about that as well.
And Doug, I like another thing that you shared, that you put out there, not talking you said when you share with the guys last time, you never know whose house you are cleaning,
Correct.
and that was powerful because I feel like that, you could be going to do a residential job not knowing you are cleaning somebody's house that is a property manager over 100 facilities.
Correct.
And that was powerful.
Right. And that actually even happened to me on a residential home we were cleaning. It was actually the neighbor across the street who happened to be an HOA president, I believe it was, if I remember correctly. She was part of well, not a president, but she was an HOA community manager, not in the community that we were in, but she worked for a company that does that. And I think she contacted me a week or so after we cleaned that. She said, "Hey, I saw you clean my neighbor's house across the street. I've got this graffiti on the side of the house. It's an abandoned house. Can you clean it?" Well, we went out that day and cleaned it, sent her the invoice. It had some dirty words and stuff on it. That was, I think, 8 years ago, and I'm still doing work for her. And
Wow.
like you said a little while ago, she has multiple other community managers. She's referred me out to numerous other of the community managers in that place. We've gotten a lot of work off of that. So
Right.
that's very key. Like you said, it's building relationships, and we will be talking a lot about that, because that's really what
Yes.
everything centers around. Um, and then, of course, my wife will be there. She'll be speaking a couple of times as well, and we're going to talk about high-end residential. We're going to talk about residual income, both through commercial, residential. We've got the money matters, just all kinds of stuff. And again, folks, this is geared towards not just pressure washing, but everything that we talk about can be used in any type of business, whether it's uh, pest control, plumbing, electrical, any type of service business. Everything that we've been talking about can be used in that. It's not geared just towards pressure washers or roof cleaners. And everything we're talking about is business related things to help you move your business to the next level. Um, Jeff, you're going to be talking a little bit about never giving up.
Wow. Wow.
That is such a, I mean, if that don't move you and bless you, your mover and blesser just ain't working.
Yeah. Doug, I get excited about, sharing that all the time because, a lot of times people look at where you are at in life, but they don't understand where you came from and
Right.
what it took and what it is still taking to cause you not to never give up.
Correct.
Because to be transparency and be honest, there's mornings that I'm human. I have mornings that I go through things in my personal life as well that wants to make me give up.
Right.
But I know that I have too much to look forward to. And I think that if the person that's looking at this video and it's live, if they're going through something right now because we're in a tough times in our society or whatever you may want to call, I'm telling you, get online, register, come to this conference, and I guarantee you, when you leave this conference, you're going to have a whole new perspective on business, your personal life, or whatever you may be facing in life at
Right.
this time, because it's just so moving and it's so refreshing to just go to a conference. And this is not talking about any other conference, that we can sit there and be educated and not being pressured to buy any products or buy any machines or things of that nature. We're not geared toward that. We're geared towards helping you grow your business and take your business to the next level.
Correct. Exactly. And again, this is June 8th and 9th, and right here in Kingwood, Texas. We also have coming up right after that, the day after that, we're going to be having an open house at the store. So anybody that wants to come in, whether you attended Difference Makers or not, we're just doing that. We do that usually about once or twice a year, just to kind of say hey to folks, have some conversation. And then June 12th and 13th is our my regular monthly hands-on and classroom training that I've been doing for the last 10, 11, 12 years. I can't remember how long it's been. And then Jeff, July 20th and 21st, you've got the Mr. Shine Stripe a Lot striping course coming up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Excited about it. Doug, I was excited about, I tell you this over and over and over. And man, it was just exciting and refreshing to hear you come in and open up for us and talk about these windows. You gave me a different perspective. Or every time I look out a window now, I look at it from a different perspective. And you just took that thing and brung it to life. And that was so refreshing. And the guys, man, they still talk about that to the day.
Wow, that's awesome. So that's your course is July 20th and 21st.
Hmm.
And it's right here in Houston, Texas. So if you want to learn how to stripe a parking lot, the equipment that's involved with that, it's actually hands-on. You're going to do some actual striping. And so you guys that are starting a business or you're in business and you're cleaning these parking lots and you're not doing the striping, guess what? Somebody's coming in behind you and they're doing the striping. And they're probably next time might get the parking lot cleaning too because they can do it both. So there's no reason not to attend this and learn parking lot striping and add that so that you've got a full service type business for cleaning I know several guys that do nothing but just clean parking lots and stripe them. That's their business. That's all they do. Okay, that's their niche. We've got one guy that just asked, just started my pressure washing business. The hardest part is getting customers. So before we close out, I just wanted to say to him, I agree 100%. The hardest part is getting the customers. And so you just got to start with that first customer that you get, do an awesome job. Make sure that you're doing everything properly, returning every phone call, doing what you say you're going to do, and ask them for referrals. Ask them to refer you. Don't give up. Never give up. Okay. But that's how it starts. Just one customer at a time, and everybody you see, you talk to, let them know what you do. Have that short little elevator speech that says what you do, and figure out a way that you can be your customers or your clients' problem solvers. Okay.
Right.
That's what you're doing, is you're solving problems for your customers. Little comment there, Jeff. A little encouraging word to this man that's trying to find customers.
Well, I like to say it and encourage him, tell him, get online, register, come to this conference, because we're sharing things with that. Just because McDonald's tell you no doesn't mean your yes is not at Burger King. No just mean no at that particular facility. You can go right across the street and get your yes. So you just have to continuously I like to call it seed. I look at it as business cards, but I call it sowing seed. I like to sow these seeds and give it, because guess what? Eventually, if I give out 10 cards, somebody gonna call me and need my service. So don't get discouraged by your no's. Just know one thing, that your yes is out there.
That's right. And so again, Difference Makers Conference, June 8th and 9th, right here in Kingwood, Texas. You can go to pressurewashingschool.com/events. Get signed up. You guys can go on the channel. You'll see some previous streams that we've done where we actually had a couple guys, Carlos and Ricardo, came on. Actually, Ricardo's coming back, and he's bringing his dad and his brother.
Wow.
He's getting them all registered, I think, this weekend. So those three will be coming. It changed his business. We was texting today about a commercial job he's got. And he's just, ever since he went back and implemented what he learned, his business has just taken off. And now look, folks, we're not saying that Jeff and I were the reason he's all of a sudden become successful. Okay. The reason he's become successful is what? He implemented, he put action to what he came here and learned. That's why I've always said education without action is just entertainment. So if you come here and you listen to us and you go back and implement everything, or at least half of it, you're going to see your business increase. I can promise you that. But if you just come here and listen to everything and go back and don't do anything, you just paid a lot of money to come be entertained, basically. Okay.
Right.
So June 8th and 9th, right here in Kingwood, pressurewashingschool.com/events. Jeffrey, take us out of here.
Hey, fellas, get online, register today. We'll see you next Thursday right here in Kingwood, Texas, where it's going to be going down straight fire.
That's right. All right. Y'all take care.
All right, Doug. Have a great day, man.
All right. Talk to you soon.